Alright, so just doing a random stream today because I've wanted to do this. So I figured I may as well, like, while I'm at it, do it on stream. And maybe, like primarily, I'm just gonna be doing this for YouTube because I doubt people are gonna come today. But, yeah, this is Final Fantasy Chrystal Chronicles, and I'm going to be attempting a 5-year run. It's not really that big of a challenge run, but I do like the occasional challenge run, and I've beaten this game before, but it took me something like 10 years or something in order to beat it. Like 10 in-game years, obviously. So I'm just going to try and beat it in 5 years today, and I've written myself a little guide based on watching a speedrun route. I didn't look at any of the, like, dungeon strategies or anything, but I just know, like, the route that I'm supposed to take to make sure that I'm not, like, horrendously underleveled for the final boss. So, yeah. And this is going to be a single-player run, because something about this game that a lot of people criticize is that, like, you need, for every new player you have, you need another Game Boy Advance and a connector cable. So if you wanted 2 players, you'd have to get 2 connector cables and 2 Game Boy Advances. So it's kind of stupid. But I don't have those, so I'm limited to single player mode, which is fine. It's just as fun. Not that I've played 5-player or like multiplayer mode before.
Dreaming of the stars on high that speak to me in secret sighs, drifting on a breeze. Only I can feel and hear. Could it be the sacred wind that's calling me to now begin to walk into the dark, carrying the light of tomorrow? The beating of the wings up high, beyond the earth, beyond the sky. Come now, don't hesitate, don't look back, we've got to go now. Don't fear, you'll be safe from now on. Morning star watching over all.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like this game, but one thing you can't one thing you can't deny is that it has great music. Personally, I think it's pretty awesome. Alright, so... village name. Let's go with... Can I do Fukumotoville? I think that might be too many letters. Yep. Okay. Fukumotovik it is. Or Vilk, I think it might be. Not gonna change that. Can't change it even. Okay, so let's see. I believe we go. Oh yeah, it's set out, right? Right. So the route that I saw, I mean the speedrun that I saw of this, made it call that, and I don't know if that matters or not or anything, but I think no, not Sonic. I think that's fine. Clavats are cool. What are our options here? I like natural. Let's see. Rancher. Okay. So yeah, this game was kind of like an MMORPG before those kind of took off. I mean, there were MMOs around when this game was made, but like, this was kind of like a stay-at-home MMO. Like if you played it with your friends, like, yeah, this is just like you could go on quests together and stuff. But I mean, it's a perfectly valid single-player game, but I feel like a lot of its attributes were designed around multiplayer. Oh, and sorry, like, I skipped over all that text, but, yeah. Fukumoto Vic. We're going with that. But yeah, all they said was like, oh, hope you have fun on your journey. So anyway, some of you may be wondering, what's this game about? Well, it's about, I'm part of this caravan who is setting off from Fukumoto Vic and trying to collect pieces of, like, drops of myrrh, basically, which is just like a fuel source. But it's actually like in the form of a like magical liquid, and I'm going around the world trying to collect 3 drops of this stuff, and that's enough to fuel my town for an entire year. What does it need to be fueled from? I guess fueled is not really the word, but like what it's fueling is this big old crystal that's protecting the town from all this like miasma, it's called, that's all over this world. Like without this crystal you would die, basically. And so it's a very important thing that I go out and get this myrrh. This was all explained, but I skipped over that shit. I guess I could use a refresher. So yeah, in a multiplayer game you wouldn't have this guy, but in a single player game, someone needs to carry the chalice around that you collect all the myrrh in, because that, like, in itself protects you from the miasma. So it was X, right? Yeah. What do I need to do? Oh, is this just like mess around? Let's see, why? What's this? Equip all that shit. Okay. Oh, I guess this is where, like, you learn all about the world and stuff, but we don't really need to do that. I can explain all that as we go. So yeah, so far, the extent of the story is we're just on an adventure. That's the long and short of it.
They say that wicked creatures prowl the road along this beautiful riverbank, but nobody's ever seen one. I once asked a man why. He simply replied, because anybody who happens upon one is promptly eaten. But it is long since anyone has met such a fate. For nowadays, people take another route, far away from the spooky old road. Only we walk the old way now, travelers in crystal caravans.
Alright, so here's our first dungeon. Riverbell Path. Or Pass, I think it is. Okay. So I'm gonna be taking this kind of slow, I think. Like, this is kind of a, like, shortest year run, so I'm gonna try and, like, make things easier for myself by picking up some items and stuff. Baddies. But, yeah, the only reason to fight enemies in this game is to get item drops. Like, they don't drop experience or anything like that. The only thing you're fighting them for is for the items that they drop. Oh yeah, and this is another system. Like, with this, you equip things to your different slots, and then you can use those slots to attack and do stuff. So I selected with right. Now I can cast fire because I have that selected there on the left. And if I am able to hit him, it kills him. Also, this game is hard. It's very hard. Like, I think just playing the game itself is enough of a challenge. I don't really need to add a challenge run to it, but I am. So, what to do? In addition to completing the game in 5 years, I'm also not going to be, like, grinding at all. Like, if you wanted to, you could grind these first levels over and over and just, like, there's a limited amount you can do, but you could just, like, grind and get all the different drops that you get at the end of the level. Like, the way that leveling works in this game is that you don't actually, like, have levels or anything. You just pick up, like, artifacts in each dungeon that make you better. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. This is gonna be quite the experience. Looking at a, like, fucking 10-hour run of this or something. Not more than that. Yeah. Also, those spells that I have, I got from enemies. If you don't fight the enemies, then you don't get those spells, and they're temporary as well. Like, in each dungeon, like, you start out with just attack and anything that you, like, got from like previous dungeons that like you are able to keep. Like there's certain things at the end of each dungeon that like you're allowed to take one artifact out with you basically. And some of the artifacts allow you to cast spells, but like you don't get to necessarily keep the spells that you get. Most of the artifacts are just like strength boosters and such like that. I'm still warming up to this game, I feel, so like it's good because it gives me like there's a little bit of a learning curve to this game, but it does start getting pretty hard pretty quickly, so I need to step up my game. Like I can't be like taking this much damage. Also, Phoenix Downs are really not common in this game. Like you can't buy them anywhere. They're all from drops. I remember when I was a kid, I ran into a lot of trouble because I like ran out of all my Phoenix Downs and I couldn't buy any more. So I pretty much just dropped the game at that point. This way? Yeah, in a multiplayer game, you wouldn't have this Moogle that carries your chalice for you. One of your players would have to carry it around, and it goes a lot slower. Like, I've watched people, like, play through the game that way. And it's pretty, I mean, it's not like... I feel like I've never played it myself, but watching it, it didn't seem like too bad. Like, you could totally, like, just have one person on the chalice carrying duty. But it does make the game go a lot faster when you, have a Moogle carrying it for you. Oh, and this thing that I'm doing right now is called a focus attack. You hold down the attack button, and it allows you to do like a charge attack, basically, which functions more like a spell than a proper attack. Bit of strategy in like which order you pick, which order you defeat enemies. Generally go after the weaker ones first, especially this early in the game when you can like kill them in like one hit, one focus attack. Okay, I just got a Moogle pocket, which means I have more inventory space in my command list. So I think I'm going to yeah, I have 2 blizzards, so I'm gonna. Okay, so this is another thing, it's called spell fusion. When you line up 2 spells next to each other, you can make them form a big, like one big spell that has properties of both. So by combining 2 blizzards, I got Blizzara, and by combining 2, like a fire and a thunder, I got Gravity. This thing right here we don't need, it's useless. I think it warps you out of the dungeon, like if you want to. And it also changes the element of your chalice, which is important later. These are Moogle houses. Like, if you are like the collecty type of guy, you can collect a bunch of stamps from them, but if you're in single player, then the stamps have no significance whatsoever. Okay, so we're coming up to the boss here. I remember this part. So he is weak against thunder, as I remember. So let us get some thunder spells and some Phoenix Durns. Then heal Yeah, the dungeons are relatively short if you know what you're doing. A lot of times I don't know what I'm doing though. Like, you can totally, like, legitimately just run through all the dungeons and not get anything, and you'll still be perfectly fine. I just like to kill everything to give myself a little bit of a gil buffer, so that, like, I can sell the stuff that I got and get more gil. And there would be a lot of gil. So. In the speedrun of this game, you have to pick up a bunch of items anyway. But for the most part, you can just like run through all the levels. Wasn't it thunder? It was like they're just bouncing off him. Oh, it must have been something else. I don't know then. We'll do Blizzard Rock. Oh, that's a cure. Get off that. Yeah, the higher level spells take longer to charge up. It might have been fire that was what we missed. Get away from me. It's, like the right way to like battle shit in this game is really just to like lure them into attacking you and then dodge and then attack back. I'm gonna switch over to fire and see if that's any better. I know he's weak against something. I've tried two of them. Ah! Move out of the way just in time. Ah! Please let me hit you. Well, it's not even like he's dodging, it's just like confident. This may seem like a little easy and boring or whatever right now, but remember this is only the first stage. I promise you, it will get, like, loads harder. Like, I foresee the final level taking, like, many hours to get through. Just because it's so hard, and I'll have to keep trying it over and over. This game does give you, like, a big when you actually do something like that. When you're actually able to get dungeon or whatever. Because you're like saving your town, right? So like the reward you get is very sentimental. I remember seeing some guy like beat this guy. Strat. Alright. I like how even though he has a life bar, he's still able to like people to see him taking damage. Which is cool. It's like stylistic. This game is for the GameCube. It came out like 2002 or something. I've never tried one of these runs before for some reason. I've always thought about doing it, but so like at least the amount of days that you can beat this game in turns out it's 5. Not days, but years. So we get our first drop of myrrh. This game just has a really good atmosphere to it, I think. Gameplay is, like, I mean, I can see a lot of flaws in the gameplay, but I just really like the atmosphere and, like, look at how much it rewards you for, like, clearing a dungeon. It's so, like, majestic. And one drop fills up a third of the chalice. Kind of illogical. But whatever, it's magic. Magic tree. With magic water-like substance. And the chalice has no glass either, so... More magic. So you get a diary entry after every thing that you do, basically, but we'll be seeing all the diary entries at the end of the year. Okay, and I got a letter from my dad, my pop. How is everything? You may be facing hardships that drag your spirits down, but always remember that the caravan gives hope to us all. May you return safely, Sonic. I'll thank him. Like, this actually matters, like... you want to get on your father's good side, particularly, and to a lesser extent your other family members, but your father gives you, like, money at the end of each year, and the more he likes you, the more money you get. So I guess I'll send him, let's see, I'm a rancher, so... I need like the bronze salad and whatnot. What should I send him? Spring water? Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Like the recovery items in this game, like they're just for like total emergencies where you like pause like when you're about to die and you need like more HP quickly. Like that's what the recovery items are for, basically. You like cure basically makes them useless for most situations, but it's still good to have them in the worst case scenario. Oh, I only got 57 for picking up money? I picked up everything! But anyway, there's like, yeah, there's these bonus conditions that if you don't have a Game Boy Advance hooked up to the GameCube, then there's no way of that you can know what these conditions are, but apparently mine was pick up money. So, you know, I didn't... Yeah, 100 is the best you can get. I got, like, just over half that. Okay, so I believe that the strategy for these is to always go after strength upgrades when you can. Basically, we're just going to be pumped... Because we don't have a lot of time to level up other aspects, we're basically going to be leveling up strength more than anything. And just, you know, beat everything down with attacks. Because we don't have time to level up magic or anything. Have you heard of the Black Knight? They say it... No, I'm not gonna fucking voice act all this shit. Are you crazy? I'll just let you read it. So yeah, the Black Knight is actually a pretty significant character in this. Like, this game has a very deep storyline, but it's all told in those little events. Like, none of it is told to you, like, in cutscenes that, like, trigger to you, oh, I better pay attention now, this is the story. No, it's all in these little events, and you never know when, like, you're gonna get a little bit of the story. But yeah. Okay, so I changed my element, the element of my chalice, to water. so I can pass through here. You need to change your elements to the correct element in order to pass through these miasma streams. If you don't, then you're just gonna die. And that, like, doesn't really hinder you too much, because usually there's, like, you can get all 4 of the different elements pretty easily. But in certain years, there's, like, ways that you can get stuck, because there's no way that you can get a certain element. So you can't go back, and there's also certain places where you can't go forward because you can't get the right elements. And other times it, like, forces you to get, forces you to beat a particular dungeon to get a certain element. Okay, so on to the next dungeon. The Mushroom Forest.
When I was a child, I once asked my mother, "Where did I come from?" She answered, "Why, we all sprouted from the mushroom forest, of course." Nightmares soon haunted my sleep. I dreamt that I was lost among the toadstools. I awoke in tears, but felt the warmth of my mother's embrace as she comforted me. It is something I still remember to this day.
When I played this game as a kid, I never realized that she had an Irish accent. I don't know how. Fucking, it's really obvious. But I just never did. Okay, so we don't, we don't have any, like, artifacts that give us spells right off the bat, so we can't really, like, we don't have very much choice. Okay, so I believe, as I remember, this is the dungeon where shit starts to get real. Because there's things that can actually, like, kill you. And you can't just beat everything down in one hit anymore. And considering how much I struggled with the first dungeon, we may be in for a little bit of a rude awakening here. I don't know the map. I don't know the layout of this place at all. I think if you had a Game Boy Advance connected up, you might be able to see the map, but I don't know about that. You can find your way through it without a map, like it's all just like, go left or right. Yeah, so, like, there's focus attacks that you do by holding down the button, and there's also just regular, like, short attacks that you do by just pressing the button, like, once. And obviously the shorter attacks do less damage than the focus attacks. As I recall, you need to hit him with thunder. I mean, not thunder, but gravity in order to get him down to a level where you can actually hit him. Like, I mean, you can still beat him if you don't use gravity, but gravity helps, like, a ton. Like, it makes him a lot easier. Sorry I hit you there, but... It's... I don't know, do Aramons have genders? Who knows? I don't want to be sexist here. I don't want to like insinuate that Aramons are not. Like, Aramons are people too. They deserve equal rights and whatnot. When did Aramons become allowed to vote? That's what I want to know. Slicing up baddies. That's what we're doing here. Like, this game does take a lot of concentration. Like, one wrong move and, like, especially in the later levels, like, one wrong move and, you're dead, basically. So I feel I may be, like, not talking quite as much as I do in my, like, Mahjong playthroughs and stuff like that. I feel like I need to focus. But I feel like for these early levels it's pretty, like, even if you get hit, it's not that bad. Yeah, but, like, HP is gonna be a real, like, bad, like, something we really have to worry about later on. Because we're basically gonna be, like, leveling up strength and nothing else. So defense is gonna fall by the wayside. And HP along with it. Oh no, I'm not going to play through all the way in one sitting. I'm going way too slow for that. I might do speedruns of this game someday. I like it. But I'm not nearly at that level. I'll probably be doing like 1 or 2 years today. Like, these first couple of years are pretty, like, standard. I think I can get through them pretty quick. But once we get into the later years, I'm going to need to, like, a lot of retries. Probably. Yeah, a lot of the weaknesses of the monsters I just learned through trial and error, basically. Like, friggin', like, trying to beat down an Ahriman for, like, took me, like, minutes at a time before, and then I just was like, wait a minute, it's flying, why don't I just use gravity? And then, oh, I'm a genius. But this was, like, over years and years. Like, this is just shit that I remember from my childhood, so it's not like I figured it out, like, my first day of playing this or whatever. Where am I going? Also, why aren't I... Like, I think the... Like, maybe we're protected by the, like, chalice shield thing, but... Shouldn't we be dying from all this fucking mushroom, like being around mushrooms, like, this much? Friggin'... I don't know what it's called, but... Yeah. Was there a secret around here? I think there might have been. This looks familiar. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this is pointless. This is another Moogle house. I guess I'll get the stamp. Just while I'm here. Oh, right, you can actually, like, yeah, that's another thing about the single-player mode. You can, like, paint up your Moogle however you want, and, like, you can trim his hair and stuff in these Moogle houses, but that actually comes into play later on. Because in some places it's, like, too hot for him to be able to fly around, like, and carry your chalice without, like, without, like, cutting his hair back. But it's kind of, like, it takes a long, long time. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Got a bunch of stamps. Collect 3. Then it gives you a mini-game that we can't play. And from what I've heard, the mini-game that it gives you is just like some dumb kart racing mini-game. Or chalice racing, I suppose. Or, no, not, like, caravan. What's it called? Like a buggy? Fucking... What did they use in the Oregon Trail? I don't even know. I am lost. Like, straight up lost. I have no idea where I'm going. Where did I come from? Where did I go? I've been like wandering around so long that my Moogle is tired. Mog the Moogle. Now he's fine. Like, just like 10 seconds of rest and he's good to go. Where am I going? Like, what? Oh, okay, this is where I fought the Ahriman and got the chest. So, I definitely need to go this way. How do I get all the way back there? Oh wait, am I supposed to stand on this? I don't think so. Oh, I'm all the way back at the beginning. Fucking goddamn it, how does this happen? Yeah, this is... I'm just totally lost right now. I don't think I've been over here yet, have I? Oh! We're under attack! Well, that's good news. It means we haven't been over here yet. So apparently if you paint your Moogle's fur, he can cast spells, but I've never seen it happen. Alright, I'm not lost anymore. I know where I am. We're about to fight the boss. Hang in there, Kupo. Thank you. Alright, so for the boss... Oh, yeah, I think he's weak to fire, as I recall. So let's do Cure and... Do we have 2 fires? Can we do Fyraga? Or Fyra? Does not look like it. So just fire, then. Final Fantasy fans might recognize this guy. Aw, what a cute little marble boy. So adorable. I don't want to kill him. Oh god, no! Yeah, so it's a Marlboro. Or is it Marlboro? I don't know. Fucking, what's the cigarette company? Marlboro or whatever? That without some letter. Fire is not looking to be very effective against these guys. I believe that black stuff is not slow or something. I guess it slows you down. Back! I love this movie. It's awesome. Yeah, actually, he's not doing too much damage. Could be alright. Yeah, if you also your health gradually regenerates over time, like if you stand in the circle of the chalices. Like only half hearts at a time, and I think it's like half hearts. I've never known what the right strategy is for fights like this. Like you go after the big guys, or you go those little ones. Like it's very common in RPGs, like to have one big boss and a bunch of minions. You never know which way to go. Probably varies in the situation. I think I got hit by that sword. Oh, that green stuff is probably the stuff. That's probably it. Maybe that's poison. Marlboros are famous for their like status effects. Like I remember in Final Fantasy X, like he had like a Marlboro would have like an attack that would put literally every status effect, like poison, blind, silence. I think it was called Bad Breath or something. This game was between Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy X, I believe. Like in the real world. I mean, there's no like set timeline for games. Except for 7 and 10. Alright. So serene. Beautiful. Oh yeah, this is where like the GameCube graphics like really show like the texture of the water and like the reflection and stuff like that. Like I think the GameCube had better graphics than the PlayStation 2, if I'm not mistaken. It also had like worse RAM or something, I don't know. I'm not one for that type of technical information. So stop asking! Okay. I need more food, I need more money, I need more love. I think that's the best one. I don't really need anything else. Like in the speedrun, you just get past this stuff. And let's send her a fruit seed. They're ranchers. They can plant seeds, right? That's what they're known for. I'm aware that's farmers, but fucking give me a break. They demand so much from me. Always asking me for shit. Oh, don't use focus attacks. I definitely failed that. Oh, I got the same score that I did for don't, like, pick up Gil? That's weird. roughly the same score. Okay, so we don't have any strength upgrades, so I'm gonna go for the HP upgrade. Like, we had strength upgrades, but they were... like, we already had those. Okay. So, after this event, we'll be heading into the first town. What's this one? Hello there! You're in the caravan from Fukumoto Vic, aren't you? Okay. Crops don't grow without rain. Okay. Thanks for the kind words. That was fun. Yeah, there's a bunch of events like that where nothing real is said, and then there's a bunch of other events that you really need to pay attention to. It's kind of interesting, like, it throws in the story, like, just kind of like, if you care about the story, here it is. But if you get into the story, it's really good. Like, it's a really deep and meaningful story. Okay, so... I believe... yeah, I have to craft a novice's weapon here. It doesn't look like the... like, armor or anything matters just yet. Hold on, is there like a better weapon available? I translated it from the Japanese playthrough that I saw, so the terms may be different. Is there a better one available? Warrior's weapon, that's probably it. Okay, so I need a diamond as well. How much of those? I guess it's mithril. Or is it? Let's check. I don't want to like buy something I don't need. Let's see. Need iron and alloy. Okay, that's not at all what I thought. So I need one alloy. 250 gil. So I need to sell some shit. And I got a lot of shit to sell, so that should be easy. Okay, so I don't need the vegetable seed. I probably don't need the bronze. Well, let me check. Do I need bronze at all? I don't believe so. Yeah, it doesn't look like I need it. Okay, so I can sell all this. Everything but mithril and... what was it? Diamond. I need mithril and diamond. But everything else I can check. Oh, I think I oversold there. Oh. Did I? Oh, I saw. Fuck! I sold my iron. I'm so stupid. I was looking like ahead at what I needed later on. It's 500 gil. I haven't saved at all, so I can't like reset or anything. Do I need this shit? No, I can sell this. It's not worth very much, though. Fuck. Shit, I think I'm boned. I guess if I sold literally all of my restorative items, I could... Okay, I think I need some of them, though. I don't need my novices weapon. Okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can make this happen. Barely. I'm gonna have to grind for money later on, I bet. Yeah, I can do that. Derp. Oh, fuck! I need fucking... Okay. I need 200 more gil. Shit. I should have saved. God damn it. I'm so stupid. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go and get some more money. I don't know if it's necessary to get it right now, but I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna have to grind for money eventually. So I'll go through the mushroom forest again. And get a... This event is guaranteed to be useless. Because we just... Oh, these are recurring characters. But I think this is just like a random one. We have nothing, though. I sold everything. Unless I stole my fucking alloy. A striped apple, that's fine. Yay, grinding. I might have enough after just one trip through here, but I don't know. Like, you can't just come in and... Can you? Do you keep your gil if you fucking just go out and come back in? Let me try that. Because there's a 40 gil chest, like, right at the entrance. Exciting gameplay! Okay, let's see. Money. Oh, okay, it does. Alright. Now, will the chest be back? Yes, it will. Okay, so I can just grind this way. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, here's your stupid money. Come to me asking money to fucking... Like, I expect you to just do this shit for free. On we go. And you have to exit through this exit in the town, or else, like, you'll pop out on the bottom again. I believe you can just skip over it, but... Makes it like a microsecond faster or something. Alright. On to the Mine of Carthurges, or whatever it's called. However you pronounce that shit.
When the grandfather of my grandfather's grandfather was still a child, no one in this land could challenge the might of the Lilties. They forged weapons of iron to bring the world under their dominion. But eventually, the mine was exhausted, and the Lilties' unstoppable conquest ground to a halt. The Lilties' ambition vanished along with the iron. They abandoned the mine, where monsters now thrive.
Alright. Yeah, I still don't have anything worth equipping right away. So, fucking hit the thing. So the gimmick of this level is that you have to hit these mine carts around, and they like open. Alright, so with each new weapon that you acquire, you get a different focus attack. So mine now does 2 hits instead of just 1. Oh, people are... yeah, these guys are dealing a lot of damage right now. People. Monsters. Yeah, these are bombs. They're like another classic of the Final Fantasy series. I mean, this doesn't really feel like a Final Fantasy game to me, but it is one technically. I somewhat remember the layout of this dungeon here. Like, I went over here because I remembered that this was not the right way to go if you wanted to get out of the... like, if you wanted to get to the end. So I figured there might be, like, some items over here or something, but it was not the case. Oh, he's got a shield. That's unfair. I mean, I have a shield too, but it's unfair. Like, you can defend in this game, you can hold up your shield, but it's completely useless because you can't attack while you're doing that. Okay, and this part, like, is only just like a beginner's trap. Like, what you have to do is you have to step on that, and then you do it. Otherwise, it sends it to the right, and, like, there's nothing down there. Just sends it back to the beginning, I believe. Keep up with me, Moog, I think it's called? Whatever, Moogle. Just Moogle. Hey you, Moogle. With the face. And the antenna thing. Yeah, I believe it's around this point where we're just not going to be using spells at all. Except for, like, Cure. Maybe Gravity. Like, I could have upgraded my storage capacity in the first level, like, by getting a Moogle Pocket. But, like, I really only use attack in this run. Like, occasionally some other stuff. Like, basically, attack and Phoenix Downs are the only thing you ever equip on your command slots in the later game. So I'm just curious, have any of you guys watching this heard of or played this game before? If there's even still people watching this after that horrendous grind fest. Where is my minecart? I feel like I must have passed it at some point. It's kind of dark. Oh! I went to a new screen, that's why. I think that resets all the enemies. Ah, nice. I never went that far. Yeah, I didn't, like, have the money to fucking buy a bunch of Game Boy Advances or cables. I went to a pretty small school as well, so, like, there weren't a lot of people who were interested, or who would be interested either. But from what I've seen, it looks very fun, multiplayer. I'm missing completely. Good job. So there's nice. One of these deals. Get away from me! Get off me! Alright. Yeah, life is pretty useless, I believe, without, like, multiplayer. Like, in single player, it's pretty useless. Like, you don't, like, if you have it equipped, you don't, like, revive, like with Phoenix Downs. I think the only use is, like, to hook it up to fire or something for holy. That's it. Moving right along. I'm going out of my way to get this guy. I'm sure he's gonna drop fucking like 8 gil or something, but... Oh, a striped apple, fantastic. That's like 10 gil, right? about what I was expecting. A fish. Got a fish. Oh, so in case you aren't picking up on it, like the things that I'm collecting here, like the artifacts that I'm collecting in the game, are what I can choose to like keep with me at the end of the dungeon. Oh, we're already at the boss? I thought it went on longer. Like this and Wall of Goblins, or Goblin Wall, or whatever it's called, kind of blend together for me. Because they're roughly the same type of dungeon. Okay, stop. Alright. As I recall, this guy's a pretty big challenge. Back! Especially if I just stand in the way of his attacks. Don't do anything to stop him. Heck! Heck! I gotta get the timing down for this. No, I'm standing right. What am I doing? I stood like right in the middle and didn't move. I was using cure. Good thing. Alright. Now get away. Okay, that's the timing. That's yeah, that's super. Gotta be quick. I don't even know. I don't know how I did it that one time. Get him, get him. Oh yeah, that's what I did. Stood like in the middle. Yeah, that's it. Ah! No, you have to do your spell thing. You can't just sneak up on me like that. I'm not prepared for that. I need to be like already trying to make sure he does the star thing. Okay, now he's gonna self-destruct, so I need to quickly beat him down before he does that. Or else I'm gonna take serious damage. So. That's the last drop for this year. probably not going to show all of those. You can skip through them. But yeah, they do add a lot of atmosphere to the game. I enjoy watching them. Those little cutscenes at the end of the dungeons. You miss our love? Oh, poor child. Okay. I don't even know what the correct answer to that was. Like, I want this, I want that, or I fucking, like, miss you. I guess, like, I miss you was of the, like, the best of those. Or maybe I should have said I'll survive. Yeah, that's probably a better answer. Here's a star carrot. You like those, right? Yeah, I know you did. I know you do. So long, Koopa. Oh. Oh, I picked up a ton of items. I've gotta, like, get 112 on this. Oh, whoa! I didn't even know it could go higher than 100. Okay, so, like, this, like, directly influences what items you get. Like, you get, like, 4 items from the dungeon itself, like, that you pick up from chests and stuff like that. But you also get, like, another set of 4 from just, like, how well you do. And this bonus score is part of it, and also another part of it, I believe, is like, just the, we'll go for strength. Just, like, how many, enemies you kill and how much gil you pick up in general, and stuff like that. Alright. Time for the year-end ceremony. This is one of my favorite parts, I believe, growing up. Oh, I did this! I did it! You get to see all the, like, memories you made. Like, in the form of diary entries. Yeah, and, like, I only have one character, so... And usually there's, like, if you have 4 or more characters, like, where the Moogles are standing right now would be, like, other people. So, actually, this is just, like, a hustling and bustling town of, like, 5 people or something. Because I haven't met any other families. That's kind of what you do in a speedrun, anyway. So, that's what I'll keep doing. I like the wording on these diary entries. Very appropriate for the time period. So yeah, that's the crystal that's powering the, like, shield that goes against the miasma that's, like, keeping this town protected, basically. And that's why I'm risking my life to get fuel for this crystal in the form of miasma. Or, no, not miasma, in the form of myrrh. All these M words. Miasma, myrrh. Mario. And such. Mario's not in this game, I don't know. I did it! Yeah. And I think this like one like rotation, this one set where they're like dancing and it goes around for musicians and stuff, just plays over and over until all the diary entries are finished. Marlboro, that's the... Yeah, Marlboro is the cigarette brand. Marlboro is the monster. Duly noted. Although I suppose, like, the Marlboro could have been smoking Marlboros, because, I mean, he does have really foul breath. So it makes sense, if you ask me. Probably not, though. I doubt they're fucking do that. Definitely not. Those damn striped brigands. They robbed me of my striped apple. Yeah, I mean, if they'd stolen like a fucking warrior's weapon or some shit, I'd be totally screwed. I'd have to grind for like hours to get back fucking 900 gil. Not hours, but like a long time. Maybe half an hour. I would have been so mad. Yeah.